caught my fiancé cheating with a stripper and another guy at her bachelorette party, so I packed my bags, ghosted her, and canceled everything. Now she and her friends are begging me to take her back. I don't know how to explain all of this. Basically, I was snooping around last night when I saw her phone light up. It was a message from her friends about the party. I stayed up like one of those stalkers you see on TV, checking the computer and Facebook messages with her friends. I found out she cheated during her bachelorette party. By cheating, I don't mean getting a strip tease or something, which I would be okay with. I understand it's a bachelorette party, but she actually gave a stripper a BJ and ended up going home with another guy that night. She has this other guy added on Facebook, but the chat merely consists of a "had a good time, it was nice to meet you" conversation, which dates back to the bachelorette party. However, I have read the messages between her and her friends. They have a small group, and I found out what she'd done there. It all seems as if it was a one-time thing that happened then, but I'm a freaking mess. I haven't slept all night, and she is headed for work in an hour or so when she wakes up. It's almost 6 a.m. here. I don't know what to do. We are supposedly getting married in 3 weeks. I am thinking of simply packing all my bags after she goes to work and just leaving the flat. It's her family's flat anyway. We were planning on buying a house, having kids, growing old. I feel like I want to throw all of that out the window. I am sitting here smelling like alcohol, feeling drunk and depressed. I don't know why, but I'm more angry and depressed than sad and depressed. I haven't cried since I found out about all of this. Should I confront her? Should I just get out? Should I hear her side of the story? Honestly, I want to just go and stomp her freaking face in right now, but I don't want to do something irrational. Please help. Sorry for the typos. I'm typing from my iPad and I'm not in a good place in my head right now. Also, I am European, not English. Some relevant comments. On the matter of the screenshots, you should take them as evidence in case she or her family decide to come after you for costs associated with the wedding that can no longer be recovered, deposits, travel, whatever. If it's 3 weeks away and not totally financed by you, this is a scenario to consider. I would just pack my stuff and take off, probably. Not mature, but so satisfying. I'm thinking of doing it without saying anything. We don't have shared bank accounts or anything, so it wouldn't be a problem. I am the main source of income, so I will be fine. Screenshot everything and send it to yourself. Confront her if you want answers and if you think you could ever move past it. If not, get to work, move out, contact vendors ASAP, contact guests. I am so sorry for what you're going through. Whatever you decide to do, you can do it. I will save screenshots. I don't know if I want answers or not as to why she did it. I don't want to hear her excuses or explanations. Nothing she says can make me love her the same or change it for the better. She actually gave a stripper a BJ and ended up going home with another guy that night. That's so freaking sad, mate. I don't even know what to say. I have always found bachelor and bachelorette parties to be one of the most atrocious concepts on earth. Just because I'm getting married, let's let the FOMO out one more time. Are you freaking kidding me? Pack your bags, like, really pack. Basically you are ready to get out the door, then confront her. And get out. Edit 1. I have been reading all the comments, both good and bad. Didn't expect this amount of response, but I think I have my mind set on just leaving. I will probably do so while she's at work. I really don't know. I feel a lot calmer already. I really appreciate everyone's comments. Not going to drink anymore or do anything stupid. I will try to update the post to let you know what's happening. TLDR. Just found out my fiancé cheated during her bachelorette party and don't know what to do. She's going to wake up soon. Update. I will be posting the update here instead since I am still receiving PMs to update what happened. I am not allowed to post in relationships. Mods told me I am not allowed to post an update thread there, so I got the advice from someone to post the update here instead. This is the post I made about 2 hours ago in relationships. Will try my best to update it as time goes. I will try to be as detailed as possible. I have had quite a few PMs regarding what happened, and I got such a large amount of responses, both positive and negative, which I never imagined would have happened. I want to let you all know that the support I have received has been incredible, both in PMs and on the post itself, which has helped me in taking my decision. I am also sorry for not being able to respond to all the PMs, there are just too many to respond to. But I would like to send out much love to all of you who took the time. I would also like to give a big thanks on my post to everyone who replied. I tried to respond, but I noticed the thread was closed. I still don't know why mods closed it, but I still want to give a big thanks to the people who took the time to give me advice. Much love to you all. I basically left in the morning to take a smoke. My head was still messed up, but reading all the comments on Reddit helped me. I can't remember who, but there was one guy who said the positive thing about all of this is that I found out before I got married. with no children or attachments. I still don't think she cheated other than this night. Nothing I found indicated anything else. I guess she wanted this to be her last night before settling down or something. I honestly don't know and don't care. When I was outside taking a smoke, about 15 to 20 minutes or something after I left Reddit, she had woken up. She noticed the drinks out and asked me what I had been up to. She basically came to give me a kiss and a hug. I followed through with it but honestly felt empty doing it. I didn't want to give her any hint of what I knew. She asked me why I had been drinking and why I didn't come to sleep last night, and I told her I was just having some nightmares, but everything was fine. I felt detached, like I was watching myself in third person through a TV or something. She asked me if any stress was related to the marriage and the plans. I just told her something along the lines of, "You know I love you, there is no stress I have for the marriage. How can you be stressed about the best thing in your life?" She got herself ready and left for work. I basically started packing my most important things, my desktop, computer, most clothes, and some other things. I planned on leaving things like furniture, TV, and other things I really don't care about more than getting out. I just took the stuff most important to me so that I don't have to return here again. I don't care if she gets the rest. All in all, my stuff added up to about 3 or 4 suitcases, desktop not included in this. I called and canceled the venue we were supposed to be having the wedding at. Apparently, they take 15% of the money for canceling so early on because we were having such a big event. I told them it's fine, and I really don't care at this point. I also saved screenshots of everything and have taken them with me. Around 1 p.m., I called a taxi and went to stay at a hotel around 100 kilometers from my city. I didn't leave any note or pictures at home, I just left. I am planning on leaving to stay with a really close friend who lives in a town about 300 kilometers away. But I just needed some alone time in the hotel for a while to think everything through and process what's happened. Around 3:30 p.m., my phone starts getting spammed with calls from my ex-fiancé. Around 3:50, I start getting calls and messages from her sister, her friends, her parents, my parents, and a few of our mutual friends. The only people I called back were my dad and mom. I have a huge trust for my parents. I basically spilled the beans and told them a nicer story about what happened. I asked my dad to not say anything and also asked my mother not to say anything. I told them it's ended and that I won't be getting married anymore. I also told them not to tell anything to anyone about what I told them. I trust them a lot, so I am sure they won't say anything. I didn't tell them exactly what happened, just that I found out she wasn't being loyal to me. I didn't think giving details would help in any way. Around 5 p.m., my dad calls me back and tells me my ex-fiancé is completely hysterical and has basically broken down completely, not understanding what is going on. I just told my dad not to intervene and that I need some alone time now. I basically just shut my phone down and have been staying silent ever since, like a ghost. I have been sleeping for a little, went to the pool here at the hotel, and have just been taking it easy. I don't know if I should respond to them now or wait some more. Her sister knew about what happened at the bachelorette party. I have the text to prove it. She even laughed about it and told her not to feel guilty because it's her bachelorette, and that women should go all in on this night. I am seriously considering replying to the sister with just an image of the conversation where she is telling her this. Once again, thank you to everyone who replied. I will update this post 1 or 2 more times and then perhaps go silent for a while. I know you are only allowed to do 1 update on the relationships section. I hope this post won't get closed. Still don't know why the last one did. Time here is 10 p.m. soon. TLDR, found out my fiancé cheated, and I left without saying anything. Not 100% sure what to say or do at this point. Relevant comments. This is the point at which you need to keep your resolution with you. These kinds of cheaters can become so manipulative that you might easily dismiss it as some CGI crap from Hollywood until you see it with your own eyes. Prepare for waterworks, her dad intervening and seemingly taking sides with you, her mom calling and claiming it was a one-time mistake, threats of self-harm, some things you said months ago that ended up in a fight, and the whole bit. Someone will even use your stubbornness to try to paint you as the bad guy who won't budge. Just wait and see. And don't forget to remember this comment as you encounter them one by one. I haven't read all the advice here, but I think my feeling is somewhere in the middle. When it comes to your family and mutual friends, right now you need to tell them that the wedding is off and that you need time to process, and that when you're ready, you'll tell them what happened. But don't ignore them or isolate yourself. I recently had a friend who disappeared after his marriage suddenly broke down. A year later, he wanted to reach out to his friends again, and none of them wanted to have anything to do with him. At that point, no one cared whose fault the relationship breakdown was. They cared that their friend was so disrespectful that he couldn't even answer calls or confide in anyone during that time. You need to remember that your romantic relationship is about you, but your friendships and family relationships are separate. You cannot deflect how you feel about your ex onto the people you love. They don't deserve to be punished. Okay, I will do something to let the people closest to me know. Most of her close friends were at that party, so I don't know if it will make a difference since I don't want to see any of them. As for the people I care about, I will let them know. Edit 1. Since I still get messages asking what happened, I will leave this edit here. Yes, I did send the conversation with proof to her sister, the part where the sister is talking about it, to her sister. I have since not received any calls or messages from the sister. My phone is still blowing up with calls and messages from the ex-fiancé. I haven't read them yet. I'm thinking of answering or something, but I don't know what to say or do. I might make another post later today to update you on what happened. Edit 2. Thanks once more for all the support. Sorry I haven't updated. A lot of things have happened, and I'm too exhausted to write it all out today. I will head to sleep and try to update tomorrow morning with a new post. Once again, thanks for all the support, comments, and feedback. I never believed I could have a community help me in such a big way. I might go on vacation or something, I don't know yet. I will just briefly explain that I feel like Neo in the Matrix, dodging bullets in slow motion. However, instead of dodging bullets, I have dodged a cheating wife, unwanted children with this wife, endless fights, and a ton of depression. I honestly feel a lot better knowing my life will get better. Briefly about her, she has broken down and is begging me to take her back, as are her sister and friends. They also come up with the most ridiculous excuses for what actually happened. I don't believe them for 2 seconds, and much more. I will let you all know tomorrow. I'm going to crash now, I'm mentally exhausted. Update, I am making this as I feel I owe it to all of you. The amount of PMs and responses has been incredible. Many of the decisions I have made have come from people who supported me on Reddit. Both the negative and positive comments have helped me, and I would like to thank all of you for taking the time to write and support me. Yesterday, I was spammed by many family members from her side and friends. The only person I responded to was the sister, with part of the conversation where she and the sister talk about it all. I didn't include anything in the response except an image of the conversation, and the sister went pretty much silent after that, until later. During the day, I contacted the co-owner of my business and let him know the full story. He told me to take as much time as I need and even advised me to head off on a vacation. This guy is a childhood friend of mine. I don't trust anyone as much as him. My plans have changed a bit. I am still staying at this hotel for a few more days and then perhaps moving on to the friend I was supposed to visit. I called him up and let him know I want to head off somewhere, perhaps a trip to another country or something. It's all still not yet 100% decided, but I know I will be leaving for somewhere. He said he would be up for joining me if it could be during the upcoming weeks since he is still on holiday from work. We will see how that turns out. Later in the day, I responded to my wife. The calls had been coming in less frequently since I sent that message to her sister. I had a gut feeling she was going to come up with an excuse. I picked up the phone, and the first thing I heard was a torn-up voice, if you can say that in English. I could tell she had been crying all day and was in a messed-up state. She kept begging me to come back, claiming there was an explanation for everything and that she loves me. She said I had misunderstood the entire situation. I could hear the sister and someone else in the background, but I don't know who the other person was, maybe her friend. Anyway, I told her to explain it to me right then and there. She said that because I had only seen a small part of the conversation, it had all been misunderstood. She said I should come back home, that she loves me, and that I had made a rational decision to leave without a real reason. During the entire conversation, I just gave short, empty answers in a cold manner like yeah, okay, what? Explain it to me. After she told me it was all a misunderstanding, I told her to call me back in 10 minutes and check Messenger. After I hung up, I sent her the entire conversation log, with a ton of screenshots, not all of them, but most of the important ones. It didn't take 2 minutes for her to call back, crying hysterically, saying sorry for everything and that she wants to die rather than lose me. She said she was forced by her friends and sister to have fun one last time, that she needed to let all the energy out before stepping into a lifelong marriage. I was just quiet during most of it. The more I didn't talk and just said okay, the more she cried. She started telling me I could sleep with other women if I wanted to get back at her, or that she would tell everyone about what she did so I would take her back, and that she would do anything to make me come back. She said this was the biggest mistake of her life and that she hates her sister and friends for it. I told her that sleeping with other women was not something I needed because, from the moment I met her and started loving her, she was the only woman I needed. I didn't need to meet or sleep with anyone else to know the best thing in my life was waiting at home. The sister was saying things in the background, but I couldn't hear what she was saying or if she was getting angry with her or something. She kept begging and begging, and I just told her that if she comes clean to her parents and family, I would think about it. After that, she started saying something, but I just hung up. For about half an hour, my phone was silent with no response, and then her father called me, apologizing for everything. He and his wife now know what happened, and he is very sorry for all of this. He told me he understands how I feel and that he didn't raise his daughter to do this. He said he understands if I don't want to see her again, but that I will always be welcome to him and that I am a good guy. His wife then stealed the phone from him and told me she made a mistake, regrets it, and that it will never happen again. She said we can move forward from this and that her daughter has never been this destroyed before. I politely told her I appreciated her opinion and then said I had to go and goodbye. My ex-fiancé called me back and begged me again, saying she told her parents and also sent a text message to our mutual friends about what had happened. She kept crying, asking me when I would come back to speak with her, and said we could even go to counseling and that she would pay for everything. She kept apologizing on the phone, and I didn't say much. After some time, I just told her not to cry, that she shouldn't be apologizing because single women, like herself, are allowed to do these things, and I hope she finds Mr. Right. She started crying even harder, and her sister took the phone and said sorry, telling me everything could be fixed and that I said I would take her back now that she told everyone what she did. I told the sister I only said I'd think about it, and now that I have, I realize I dodged a bullet and wish her and her sister the best. She then tells me her sister is becoming self-slaughtering from all of this and that it's going to lead into a depression that could take her life. The only thing I said after she told me that was, it's a good thing you are close to her, so you can make sure she doesn't harm herself then, maybe take her to a doctor or something. After this, I just hung up. My phone has been blowing up with messages from mutual friends, her and her sister saying sorry and basically begging me to come back. I don't plan on responding. I honestly feel a lot better right now, like I can move on. I will be going on vacation this upcoming week, I think. If something more happens, I will update this post. Maybe I will update in a month or a couple of weeks, I don't know. Once again, big thanks to all of you who supported me here on Reddit and gave me so much support. I don't know when I'll feel okay to start dating or meeting women again, but we will see. Once again, thanks to you all and sorry for the many errors in my writing. I am not a native English speaker, so I hope you can read without issues. Thanks. Some comments. A year from now, your life is going to look completely different than it does today, and you will be grateful for the turn of events that led you there. Best wishes to you on your new journey. Threatening self-slaughtering if you don't get back with her is a very good reason not to get back with her. I think there's one very crucial thing to remember if you have doubts about your decision later. Your ex had the opportunity to come clean about everything. You gave her the chance to talk to you, an opportunity many cheaters don't even get. She already knew that you knew she messed up big time. Otherwise, you wouldn't have left like that, and she knew what you sent to her sister. Yet despite all this, she chose to try and lie her way out about it being a misunderstanding. And not even that, she was also incapable of having this extremely important conversation on her own when this is something that absolutely belongs between you two. She could have admitted everything right then and there, talked to you one-on-one, and maybe, just maybe, her apology would have been honest. Instead, she chose to lie and have her sister, friend with her to support her in that while, in the same breath, trying to blame her sister, friends instead of taking full responsibility. Even she should have been aware that that lie stops making sense when she goes home with a guy on her own. You did the right thing. Enjoy your vacation. Edit 1. Thank you to whoever gave me Reddit Gold. I appreciate the support a lot. However, I will not be using this account for anything else except this post or maybe a couple of updates in the future. Is it possible to refund it to whoever gave it to me somehow? I would also like to add that my best friend, co-owner of my company, hired someone to take care of the company for us and also booked a month-long vacation for the both of us. I am lucky to have such a good person in my life, and I hope you all are able to find a friend like this. I would do the same for him. He's been a friend since we were kids, and if I lost all other people I know, he would be there for me, so big thanks to him. Also, I don't know what more to update at this point. A lot of things have happened, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will reply as they pop up in the comments. I didn't know what other things you were wondering about me or the situation. As long as it doesn't give away my full identity, I don't mind answering them. I also think about making an update post in a while. When would you want it? I have had many questions about making future updates. In a month, when I am back from vacation. Once again, thanks for all the support. Edit 2. My friend went over to get the ring from her, but she refused to give it to him and told me she would not give it to anyone and that I have to pick it up by myself. I don't know why she is still acting like this. I am thinking of just letting the ring go and being able to have a clear mind. Update. Hi, I have gotten a lot of requests to make another update, so here it is. Well, my friend and I flew off on a vacation that he paid for. The entire time, he was comforting me, telling me the positives of the situation, but I was going down a bit in my mood again, getting lost in my own thoughts. It's hard to explain, but imagine thinking that you feel good, but in reality, you're not feeling good. Like I am conflicted about how I feel. The first 2 nights, not much happened. We went to the city and just enjoyed life in general. We had dinners out, saw some sights, and did more or less normal stuff that you do on a vacation. He wanted to go out to party the first nights and head off to the club, but I didn't feel like it. I can't really explain why, but I was just down in general. I started feeling like I lost a big part of my life and that everything was going to go to hell. I started feeling like I would never meet a woman like her again and that I will be lonely for the rest of my life. I don't know why I was feeling like this because a few days before I was feeling just fine. My friend kept cheering me up, but it wasn't really working. I told him to go party and I would join him in the next few days, but that I really didn't feel like I wanted to do it right now. I said I was really sorry, but he kept reassuring me it was okay and that he understands. On the 4th day, however, he told me he had a big surprise waiting for me later in the day. He had gone out the night before, but he said it wasn't for a party and it was just something he needed to get me. Anyway, we got back to the hotel, and he made me promise to go along with whatever he says. He basically tells me everything he is doing is because he loves me as if I were his brother and that he only wants what's best for me. He forces me to promise that I need to trust him and go along with what he is going to do for me, and that he guarantees it will make me feel better. I go along with it and finally agree. He makes a short call and then gets all excited, laughing, telling me how I won't regret this and how amazing everything will be. About 40 or something minutes later, 3 absolutely beautiful women show up at the door. When I say beautiful, I really mean like supermodel beautiful, 9 or 10 on the beauty scale, with absolutely amazing bodies and beautiful faces. He lets me know 2 of them are for me and 1 is for him. I honestly start panicking because this is not what I expected, and I am all nervous and not sure if I can go through with it. He leaves for the bedroom and comes back with a small plastic bag, if you can call it that, like those really small ones, and lays it on the table, telling me he got us some Coke like the old days. We used to try a lot of stuff when we were younger. He sets up lines, and we each do them. The euphoria and confidence that gets in me is out of this world. The last time I did this was over 7 years ago, and well, I think you know what happened after that. After that night, we basically did everything we haven't done for a long time. A lot of nights out, several of them with Coke, also tried some more stuff, but it didn't feel as good as the Coke. He wanted to take most of the tabs and pay for it all, but I couldn't let him do that. He already did so much for me. I didn't think I could be closer to him than I already was, but he has stuck up for me in a situation when I expected to be going through hell. I don't know if I can ever find a better friend. Midway through the trip, I was having my ups and downs, but I really think I healed up most of what happened. I don't feel any attachment to her, nor do I even care what happens to her. I got back a few days ago, and I have found out she has tried to contact my family. And I have also heard through a mutual friend she is doing really bad. Like, really bad. As much as I hate her and everything, I feel neutral to this. No resentment toward her, no hatred. I don't want bad for her, but I also don't care what happens to her. I don't know what more to say or what to write. I just want to move on with my life at this point, and hopefully, only good will come from here. I know she wants to contact me. My dad told me she just wanted to speak to me once more for closure, whatever that means. I don't think I want to do it, but at the same time, even if I did it, I don't think I would feel anything. I don't know what more you guys want to know. There's not really that much that has happened since I got back. I haven't really bothered to find out anything either since I don't really care. Maybe I will make an update or something in a few more weeks or months. As of now, I just want to move on and be happy with my own life. I still am taking 2 more weeks off from the business and will spend this time on myself and just resting my head in general. Thanks for all the support you have given, and sorry for the late update. Thank you so much for watching till the end. If you really like our videos, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a good day.